Are you having a difficulty starting your action research because you cannot think of a good title? Well, do not worry because I will help you how to write an action research title. Here are the 4 easy steps in writing a title for DepEd teachers who want to start with their own action research. Number 1. Identify your research problem. If you are a classroom teacher, you may encounter a lot of difficulties in your classes. It can be about your students' behavior, their academic performances, your teaching strategies and practices, the contents of your subject, and many more. So you may start by listing down these problems. Then you have to answer the question, what is your number 1 problem in your classroom? For example, is my number 1 problem in the classroom, which is the extreme absenteeism of my grade 11 TVL learners in Practical Research 1 class. It is my number 1 problem because the absences of these students affect their academic performances negatively. How about you? What is your number 1 problem in the classroom? The second step in writing an action research title is to determine the main objective of your study. Since my number 1 problem as a classroom teacher is the extreme absenteeism of grade 11 TVL learners in Practical Research 1 class, my primary concern is of course to solve it. The next question now is, what am I going to do to solve this problem? So here comes the step number 3. Come up with a unique solution to the problem, or what we call intervention. Remember, action research for teachers aims to improve our teaching practices in the classroom and also to solve immediate problems we have as teachers. So since my main problem in the classroom is the extreme absenteeism of grade 11 TVL learners in Practical Research 1 class and I want to solve it, I plan to design and develop my own intervention as a solution to the problem, and I call it a strategic task-based affirmative reinforcements or STAR technique. The STAR technique is a 4-week extrinsic motivational procedure employed to the experimental group who manifested extreme absenteeism. The STAR technique involved 4 positive reinforcements to engage the students in attending their Practical Research 1 classes. This technique is anchored with incentive theory of motivation. Based on Luhmann incentive theory of motivation, it states that people can be motivated using extrinsic factors and argues that people are more motivated to perform activities if they receive a reward afterward rather than simply because they enjoy the activities themselves. This is now the solution that I developed in order to solve extreme absenteeism of grade 11 TVL learners in Practical Research 1 class. How about yours? What unique intervention can you devise to solve your number 1 problem as a classroom teacher? The fourth and last step that will help you in learning how to write title for action research is to put all your ideas from the previous steps. Since we already identify the research problem, the objective of the study, the solution to the problem, it's now the time to put it all together to construct an effective title for the action research. Based on these ideas, we can now come up with a research title like this. If you can notice, I simply combine all the ideas into one meaningful research title, combating extreme absenteeism of grade 11 TVL learners using the strategic task-based affirmative reinforcements or STAR technique in Practical Research 1 classroom. If you can see, the first part of the research title is actually the main objective that we identified. Remember, my main objective is to solve the extreme absenteeism of grade 11 TVL learners in Practical Research 1 class. So instead of using the word solve, I use a more forceful word, combat. The second part of the research title is actually the solution that I want to use in solving the problem, and it's the strategic task-based affirmative reinforcements or STAR technique. and I just add in practical research when classroom in order to let the reader understand as to where am I going to employ the study. In writing the title for the action research, you may use these two versions. The first one is Combating Extreme Absenteeism of Grade 11 TVL Learners Using a Strategic Task-Based Affirmative Reinforcements or STAR technique in Practical Research when Classroom. Or you may start by mentioning the intervention first, then the purpose, like this. Using a strategic task-based affirmative reinforcements or STAR technique in combating extreme absenteeism of grade 11 TVL learners. So these are the 4 easy steps in writing the action research title for beginners among the teachers in the DepEd. Number 1, identify your research problem. Number 2, determine the main objective of your study. Number 3, come up with a unique solution to the problem or intervention. And number 4, put it all together. Then you have it. You have now a title for your action research. So I hope that I helped you in writing your action research title. Watch for more exclusive videos in writing research here on this channel, so please don't forget to subscribe.